I bet you didn't know that the monuments and museums lining Washington, D.C.'s National Mall are at the heart of a battle over who controls our history. Washington, D.C., a city of monuments and memory. Along the National Mall, our history stands watch. The Lincoln Memorial, a testament to unity, the Washington Monument, a symbol of our founding ideals. The Smithsonian's museums are the nation's attic, filled with artifacts and difficult truths. Here, the past is alive, debated, re-examined, and never settled. These grounds are where we gather to celebrate, protest, and remember. Inside the National Museum of American History, you'll find the flag that inspired our anthem. At the African American History and Culture Museum, the Greensboro Lunch Counter, a relic of civil rights struggle. These aren't just shrines, they're classrooms challenging us to confront the full story of who we are. The Smithsonian and National Park Service preserve this heritage for future generations, a responsibility fraught with controversy. History is messy, filled with courage and failure. For decades, these institutions have worked to include all voices. Believing true understanding requires confronting every part of our past. But the stories we tell and how we tell them are battlegrounds. The statues, exhibits, and names we choose reflect what and who we deem worthy of remembrance. In spring 2025, this debate would ignite into a national firestorm, challenging the very purpose of these institutions. On March 27, 2025, President Trump signed Executive Order 14253, Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. The order claimed a distorted narrative had overtaken our institutions. Its goal replaced race-centered history with patriotism. Federal agencies were ordered to change how they present history. The Smithsonian and National Park Service were told to remove exhibits that disparage Americans. The order called for restoring removed monuments, including Confederate statues. It defined who could be celebrated in the American Women's History Museum, only biological women. Specific exhibits were targeted, such as a chart at the African American History Museum. The order's reach was sweeping, from monuments to museum labels. Critics saw it as an attempt to legislate a single, sanitized version of the past. Supporters called it a necessary correction to restore pride and unity, but the order's impact would be immediate and deeply divisive. The battle for America's story had begun. The response was swift. Historians, curators, and lawmakers sounded alarms. Many saw the order as presidential overreach and historical revisionism. The American Historical Association warned against turning museums into political tools. The Smithsonian, led by Chief Justice John Roberts and Secretary Lonnie Bunch, resisted, vowing to keep telling America's full, complex story. The National Park Service, more vulnerable to executive pressure, saw mass resignations among its regional directors. In one incident, Harriet Tubman's biography vanished from the NPS website, restored only after public outcry. The episode showed how quickly history could be altered or suppressed. Congress intervened. 71 lawmakers demanded an investigation, arguing the order violated the Smithsonian's independence. They warned that tying funding to ideology threatened not just DC museums, but over 200 affiliates nationwide. The fight was no longer about one order, it was about who controls the nation's memory, the stakes, the soul of American history. Would our story be honest and inclusive, or simplified and controlled? The answer was far from clear. The controversy forced a reckoning within our cultural institutions. Curators and archivists found themselves on the front lines, defending artifacts and narratives under threat. The debate spilled into the public square, exposing a deep divide over how we see our country. Supporters of the order wanted a patriotic, unifying story, one that downplays conflict and shame. Critics argued that real patriotism faces hard truths, slavery, injustice, and the struggle for rights. They insisted America's strength lies in striving to live up to its ideals, not in myth-making. The core question: who controls our history? The government, historians, or the people? The battle over Executive Order 14253 is more than politics. It's a fight for the nation's memory. The story we choose to tell will shape the nation we become. As of August 6, 2025, that story, and America itself, remains unfinished. The work of history goes on. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in shaping the conversation.